Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com. Today is Monday, November the 6th, the day before election. Hurricane Obama created with HAARP to get him reelected and maybe delay the elections. So far there's no delay in the elections. I guess we'll find out tomorrow if they feel that they didn't get enough people voting in the area hit by the storm, and possibly try to reschedule some of that. I don't know if they're going to get away with it or not. So far, they're not getting away with it, rescheduling it, so that's a good thing. But evidence is coming out everywhere that this Hurricane Obama actually was created with HAARP. I put up some videos of some people that have clearly done their research on this, and they clearly show you the HAARP rings in it, as well as the chemtrails that they use. It shows up as straight lines in this video, so it's very worth watching so you can understand that this really does exist. And one of the other things that was posted on the last post here that someone shared a link with me, so I do appreciate people that catch all this stuff, and I can use this material for a post. And this video here, that Obama wins the election 2012. I don't know what's going on here, but clearly, you know, the Illuminati or the New World Order, whatever you want to call these, the cabal, the bad guys, they clearly tell us in advance what they're going to do through videos and music and movies and TV programs. And this is actually an episode of People's Court where they actually show you a little pop-up down here at the bottom that shows 99% of the precincts already reporting with Obama winning 40 million votes to Romney's 38 million votes. So, you know, they're telling you already that Obama's going to win the election. So I don't know which faction of the Illuminati put this up, whether it's the old world order Illuminati people over there in England, the Rothschilds, the Queen, the Vanderbilts, the Pope, those gangsters who apparently want to put Obama back in, but that's according to what Lindsey Williams states, that that they want to put Obama back in. I think it was Lindsey Williams that said that. I don't know. I apologize. It was actually Ben Fulford that said that. Don't know how accurate his stuff is, but he did state that the people here in America, the Illuminati cabal, the New World Order, which would be George Bush, Henry Kissinger, and the Rockefellers and the J.P. Morgan family, these people want supposedly Romney in. That would be according to Lindsey Williams. And I think Ben Fulford also confirmed that as well, that there's two factions here vying for which candidate they want in, which puppet they want in. So either way, you know, we, the slaves, were going to be screwed, because, you know, this demon or that demon makes no difference. Satan or Lucifer, who really cares which one gets in? They're both crooks, you ask me. I have no compassion for either one of them. But one of the things that really stands out, of course, with this Hurricane Obama is the fact that it did start to hit on an 11 day, the 29th. The fact here, everything in this video clearly shows that they had to regenerate the storm, that it was dying out when it was over in Cuba, and they had to keep pumping it back up by putting more chemtrails and using HAARP more to get it going again. And then they had other storms come from other parts of the country in the Midwest to come over and hit this one, and they created those as well. So all this was created, obviously, to make Obama get center stage and Romney get pushed away to the backside, as he was getting a lot of attention and actually gaining in the electoral votes against Obama. So he, obviously he's planned this a long time in advance. to get himself back in the spotlight. He'll also be able to give money to these people through more bailouts. Unlike QE3 that was done with Ben Bernanke, Obama obviously is seen more under a microscope as to everything that he does because he's the president. Where Ben Bernanke, people don't really have a say-so. They can't say anything. So Ben Bernanke could get away with QE3, but Obama really can't. He actually has to tear up something first. So he's got to destroy your house first and destroy your building and your business with a hurricane, and then he can give you some money to rebuild it. So it looks like he's stimulating the economy. Exactly what they did with Japan when they attacked Japan on 2011. When they attacked them with that tsunami that they created. Again, this was the Rockefeller and Bush cabal that did this. Goldman Sachs had already front-run a stock over there, or several stocks, I believe, at least one. They had front-run them. Hang on one second here. Okay, sorry about that. I was telling you that Goldman Sachs basically had went long some housing stocks over in Japan. And as we all know, Japan's a very small island, and for the most part, there's not any housing boom going on over there unless you go and destroy something. And, of course, that's exactly what happened a week later. Well, I think they did it days in advance. It was just a few days prior to the hurricane hitting, or the tsunami hitting Japan. They went long and bought up a huge stake in some stocks that would benefit from the rebuild, that were home related building. So I expect more of that to come out here in the future after this hurricane Obama just hit the East Coast. I expect to see information stating that Goldman Sachs was long stocks that are going to benefit from the rebuild because it was all planned well in advance. There was also a video or a link posted on my site on the last post, not this one I'm doing right here, but where someone had posted a picture of New York City completely blacked out except for one building that was completely lit up, and of course it was Goldman Sachs building. They're the only one there that had electric, and everybody else had nothing. So what does that tell you? You know, this is so planned. It's so obvious. It's so planned. It's sickening, folks. It's truly so sickening. But you know, I guess probably 3 or 4 years ago when I started this blog, prior to that I'd always thought about conspiracies and stuff, and I knew something wasn't right, but I actually thought that maybe my vote counted if I would go and vote for the right person. But now I realize it's just pointless. Voting for Lucifer or Satan is worthless. The only way I'd vote is if Ron Paul had a chance. You know, he may not be perfect, but in my opinion, he's about the only one that seems to care enough to try to change the situation we're in. Of course, they'd probably assassinate him if he actually got in. But anyway, I do want to go over some things here, and I'll just let you read through all this. I really went off on a lot of different subjects, so I'll let you read through all of this. I think as far as the market is going for next week, I think what we're going to see is a possible sell-off. And I know that seems weird, but I think we'll sell off first and then come back. I think that's what's going to happen. And the reason I say that is because I think that we're going to follow the old saying, the old pattern that says the low is usually put in on the Thursday or Friday before options expiration. And that is basically the 15th, right, or the 16th, right here. So if that old pattern follows through, then here's election day tomorrow, and if we sell off Wednesday and Thursday, put a bottom in then, and then try to rally on the 9th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. 15th is another 11 day, just like the election day is. So that's an important day. So we could put in our top for the rally back on the 15th, and then sell off some here on the 16th. So what I'd like to see on the 14th is an all-up day, a solid white candle with a follow-through to put in a topping tail on the 15th because it's a ritual 11 day, then start selling off on the 16th, and then sell off the rest of the week, the following week afterwards, which is common, by the way. And one of the things I've noticed here is that we are trying to hold this all-important trend line here on the Dow Jones. This dates back to 2009, the low on March 6th, the low March 5th. That low connecting to here, to this low, connecting to this low, and is right where the market is right now. It is doing everything it can to stay right on this line. I want you to see how important that line is. Now on the SPX, it's already broken this line, but they are doing everything they can to stay on this line. So if this goes as I think it could, we could see the market drop down a little bit, maybe find some support in this area here, a little bit of selling after the election for a couple of days, bottom on Thursday. Not a lot, I don't think we're going to have a lot, but bottom on Thursday, whatever low we put in, and then rally the rest of the next week. Okay, then bottom on Thursday or Friday, and then start a rally back up. Now on this chart right here, where would we be looking for that rally? We would draw a trend line right here to see where this is going to go. So you would simply come here and draw a trend line starting right here and draw that on out. And I think if we drop and we try to rally back, of course we could simply just back test this, but push this on out 3 or 4 more days, this could drop a lot lower. I don't know how low it's going to drop by next, you're talking how many days? It probably ain't going to drop much. It might drop to this area in here, 1350 or something like that, but I'm not as concerned about this one as I am the SPX, which is already broken. It is already broken its line as well. So let's look at it, and you can see this was the 2009 low right here. So it broke it a long time ago, and it's been chopping it up ever since. But this is the first time the Dow has broken it. So let's zoom in on this, and we can see some. I know I got a lot of lines on here, but the one I want you to focus on is this one right here. This is the trend line that I continuously talk about in the post. It's right now at about 1455, and it's headed lower. I think it'll be 1445 to 1450. If we drop down and say hit this line or even hit this line, I don't know how low we're going to go by Thursday, but if we have a little bit of selling, drop down to there and either one of these lines, then we rally back up and hit this line into next week on the 15th, I think that's when we could have a good safe short. So I know a lot of people are thinking to go long here this election that there'll be a rally afterwards, but the old saying is that you put a bottom in on the Thursday or Friday before OPEC. I don't see any difference here. I guess there could be some big shakeup with the elections, but it doesn't feel likely right now. It just feels like they're going to do the opposite of what people think, which would be to sell off a little bit from an initial knee-jerk reaction, then rally back up, hit this line on the 15th of next week if all goes well, and then collapse. Okay, so that's just my thoughts on what I'm seeing here in the market, but you can certainly read this entire post. There's a lot of stuff I cover I'm not even putting in this video. It's just a lot going on. One of the things I will say is that I'm looking into some alternative ways to make some money, and that is penny stock. So I'm going to put an opt-in form on my page for people to opt in, and I will email them picks on penny stocks that are going to run before the insiders pump them. So you might say I got a source. So hopefully it all pans out. So it's just something to look at, guys. If you're interested, just be sure and opt in. I'll put an opt-in form on this before I'm done. Okay, I'm out of time. Thanks, everyone.